Hey everyone, Franco here with Wisdify, and did you know that every second you spend digging through menus is a second you could save by mastering the right Excel keyboard shortcuts? In today's video, we're counting down the best Excel keyboard shortcuts for accountants in 2024. These shortcuts will help you close the books faster, reduce repetitive tasks, and let you focus on high impact financial analysis instead of endless clicking. So, are you ready to boost your efficiency? Grab your keyboard and let's jump right in. If you're looking at my screen, you should be seeing some journal entries, and I'm going to demonstrate these shortcuts here. And basically, we're going to be talking about 5 sets. Okay, so not necessarily 5 specific keyboard shortcuts. I want to make sure that you have a holistic understanding and this video actually adds value to you. All right, so the first set we're going to be talking about is general navigation. Okay, so within this set of keyboard shortcuts, you have your control plus arrow keys, your control home, control N, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of these. If, say, for example, I want to move all the way back to my first cell, I press control and I press my home button. Okay, and if I want to navigate around my data, let's say that I have hundreds and thousands of rows of data. Now, if I want to get to the end of that, scrolling is going to take me a while. So the data set ended at row 79, and this is easy to scroll to, but imagine if this ended on row 3500, right? I'm scrolling as fast as I can, but it's still taking me some time to get there. And that's not something that you want to happen. These seconds add up. And if you keep doing this all day, well, you could have wasted an hour of your life, right? And you don't want that to happen. So we hold control, and once we hold control, we can zoom to the next entry that has data. All right. And once we're in a table that has data, if you hold control and you use your arrow keys, you can move to the ends of the table which have data. Okay. So that's something that's really cool and it saves you a lot of time. Remember how many seconds we spent scrolling to row 3500 a while ago? We spent a few seconds and we didn't even get there. But watch this. I'm going to hold control and I'm going to press down and I made it to row 1,048,576 in just one press of a button. Okay? So that's how important it is to master general navigation. I'm showing you navigation within a worksheet. What if you have to move between different worksheets? That's really simple. We hold control and then we either press page up to go backwards or press page down to go forwards. All right? Or to the next tab to the right if you prefer that type of description. Okay? So that is it on general navigation. The second set that we're going to be talking about is actually on the concept of data entry and editing. Okay? So you have data entry shortcuts right here. We're going to throw in a bonus, okay? Something that I really want to share. It might not work all the time, but when it does, it's magical. And before we get there, first you have to understand how to paste downwards and how to paste to the right. So if I have a data set, for example, I have 1. If I select a bunch of rows down here, and you might be wondering, how did I do the selection there? I simply hold shift. Okay. So I hold shift and I press down. I could also press right or left or back up to reduce the rows I'm selecting. Or maybe I want to select rows above, right? That's the beauty of shift. So I'm going to do that as a bonus because what I really want to show you here is control D. So control D actually copies data downwards. And if we go to the right, control R will paste all of that data to the right for me. So really simple, right? Now, the other thing that I want to show you when it comes to data entry, and you're going to be using Control D and Control R a lot when you're generating reports, right? But something that might help is, so I'm going to add a new column here. And let's say I want to get the first word of the description. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a basis. So owners, loan. Now I want to put all of that data down here. And if I want to select the data, right? Again, when it comes to data entry and editing, another thing I'm going to show you is F5. Okay. So F5 gives you this screen right here, or this window. And this window is really powerful because now if you have to distinguish between different types of data, you can do that by going to special. And I'm going to get the blanks here. And I want the blanks to be equal to the value above. All right. So see how many shortcuts we're dealing with simply when it comes to data entry and editing. And hopefully these are all helpful for you. But again, what I want to show you is if I go all the way down here and I select all of the data going upwards, right? Because I want to fill down until here. So if I hold shift and press up, this is going to take me all day. So I hold control, right? Just like I taught you in how to navigate really quickly among cells of data. I combine that with shift to be able to select cells really quickly. Okay. I select until up here and I press Control E. All right. Oh, wow. So it's actually giving us this error. And what's wrong with it? We actually forgot to remove our formulas here. So I'm going to hold right click and then just copy here as values. And this should work now. So I'm going to select all of that again and press Control E. And as you can see, with a simple keyboard shortcut, I was able to extract the first word of my description. Again, Flash Fill will actually copy the logic of what you're doing, and it's going to try to copy that logic going downward. All right. So that's actually it for data entry and editing. I hope that was really cool. And we're not even halfway there yet. The next function I want to show you when it comes to keyboard shortcuts is formatting. So formatting is really cool and it can help you out a lot. This one's going to be really quick. If you're dealing with numbers, for example, and you want to make sure that they're in a certain format, all you have to do is hold Control and Shift, and you can press the numbers in your keyboard, and it's actually going to shift between different types of formats. So this goes all the way to number 5. Okay? So once I hold this and I press Control Shift 1, this will give me number. Control Shift 2 will change this into time. Control Shift 3 will change this into a short date. 4 will give me my currency. And 5 will actually turn this into a percentage format. Okay, so really quick formatting tip, just so you don't have to click this all the time. And that's going to do formatting really quickly for you. Number 4 is introducing you to Alt. All right. The Alt key on your keyboard is going to be your best friend when it comes to Excel because it actually enables you to select functions using just your keyboard. So what do I mean by this? Simply, if I press Alt here, you're going to see that these symbols pop up throughout my screen, specifically in this portion, my ribbon and above. And what's going to happen here is you can use these letters to navigate your ribbon and your toolbar. So if I want to go to Home, I press H, and now all of these functions are available to me based on the letters that I have to press. So say for example, I want to add a new column. I can actually do that using Control plus and Control minus, just like that, right? Or if I want to add a new column, I just keep pressing Control plus. But another thing that you can do is press Alt, H, and then you can press any of these letters here. So let's say I want to delete this column. I press HD and then C. Okay. If I don't want to do that, let's say I just want to hide this column. All right. I press Alt, H, and then I go to Format, so I press O, and then I want to hide or unhide. So I press U. So HOUC will actually give you hide columns. And again, some of these have their own keyboard shortcuts, but pressing Alt gives you access to all of these, even if you don't memorize all of the keyboard shortcuts. So if I want to go to formulas, I press M. And again, I can use all of these depending on the letters that are presented to me. Okay? So just as a bonus, if you want to hide columns, press Control 0. If you want to hide rows, press Control 9. All right? So that's really cool when it comes to formatting. Say, for example, I want to hide all of these columns, make it look a bit cleaner, and I want to hide all of the rows below this. That's fine too. Okay? So again, that was hiding rows and columns as a bonus. And the final thing I want to show you, especially if you're working in accounting and finance, is sum. Okay? So you might be saying, hey, Franco, I already know sum. I use that formula all the time. All you have to do is type it in your formula bar. Well, what if I told you that you can use sum in the blink of an eye? You don't even have to type those first three letters. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to navigate all the way down. And let's say I want to get my total debits and my total credits. Maybe what you do is usually you press equals and then you type in sum. And then you highlight all of this, right? Well, this is how I do it. Alt Enter, and you already have your sum right here. I can do that again. You can see that the debits and credits are equal. And again, I can use my formatting shortcuts to change this into different formats, right? I want to add the commas, so I press Control Shift 1. And there you have it. I hope these keyboard shortcuts were really cool to see in action. And that's actually a wrap on the top keyboard shortcuts every accountant needs to know. If you're ready to say goodbye to tedious manual clicks and hello to lightning fast efficiency, be sure to like and subscribe for more Excel secrets. If you've got a favorite shortcut we missed, well, definitely this list isn't exhaustive, so drop it in the comments to share the wealth. Thanks for joining me on the shortcut journey. See you next time and happy accounting. Have a great day.